Let's see, CrossFit inclusive or not? Well, it depends on how you look at it. Welcome to the channel, Old Guy Inc. Do me a favor, please. It helps. Hit subscribe, at least hit like, hit don't like, comment. I'd love to hear from you. Appreciate it. So today, I got a message from somebody on Facebook who said, hey, I'd love to hear your opinion on CrossFit not backfilling the age group slots for the semifinals. And I think that's a much kind of broader question when I think about it. And basically, like the headline of my video, inclusion is really an illusion. So I don't want to super be negative or a downer here, but I'm just going to hit you with what I believe are straight facts. Is most time when businesses are promoting and touting inclusion, it's normally just to check a box. Okay, the reality is being inclusive isn't really where the money is, and it's normally just time consuming, a logistical nightmare, and just opens up a whole bunch of other issues that detract from their main focus. So I think sometimes people really do forget that CrossFit is a business. And as much as we hate it when businesses want to make money, the reality is it's really hard to blame them. So, for as much as I can, I try to keep a lot of my hardcore opinions out of some of the topics that I talk about. I try to present mostly facts. A lot of opinions are coming in this one. I certainly don't know CrossFit's books and that sort of thing. But the specific question that was asked to me is, why do we think that CrossFit is not backfilling the 30 semifinal slots for those people who turned it down? And here's what I'm going to tell you. Like I just said, because there's no money in it. And so some folks are like, well, it's online. It's super simple. It's actually more money for you because more people are going to register and pay the registration fee. And here's what I'm telling you. It's not about the money, okay? Whether they get more people registering, that is not saving them money. So even though there's a lot of issues right now around video validation, etc., the more people that are in those categories, the more people that submit videos, the more video reviews they have to at least try to do, the more time, the more logistics that they have to put into the age group kind of qualifiers, semifinals, and the more it detracts from the main event, okay? So that's just what we have to be clear about. So most of us who are masters, right? Don't forget, I'm in the 50 to 54 this year. Boop, boop. Okay, we love the masters, and we know that masters is currently the largest and fastest growing population of the competition base. However, we are not the majority when it comes to making money. We cost CrossFit money to include us in these stages of the CrossFit Games. Okay, you need to understand that. Same with the adaptive categories and all that stuff. These are checking boxes, people. You have to understand that. And you know what? Once again, I'm not busting on CrossFit for doing that. I'm not saying there's anything wrong with checking a box. They are providing opportunities that were not available years ago to a vast majority of masters and adaptive athletes. And I think you have to take that for what it is. I think to hold CrossFit to the same standard that they treat their elite athletes, you just have to understand. Oh, here you go. I'm going to go out on a tangent, probably going to piss some people off here, maybe even especially the ladies, okay? So to me, perhaps this is a stretch, but a good example might be like the men's and women's national soccer team, okay? So I'm not going to get into all the details and stats, and I certainly don't want to fight that fight here, but here's what I will tell you. It's all about money. Like, that's it, right? So the girls, the women want to be paid X amount of dollars. They want it to be equitable to the men. They win more games. Okay. It has nothing to do with that. It's a business. It's all about money. Whether you like it or I like it or men like it or women like it, it doesn't matter. What happens is the men's team generates a significantly, exponentially more amount of money through sponsorships and network deals, nationally, internationally, than women's soccer. So it has nothing to do with how popular women's soccer is maybe in your town or in your house or in the United States. Soccer is a worldwide sport. And when you look at the business side of it, unfortunately, for factors well beyond my control, so don't hate on me, okay? Men's soccer generates exponentially more money. Therefore, they get paid more money. So I'm not here to fight that fight. What I'm here to tell you is this isn't just about CrossFit. The business of CrossFit revolves around the CrossFit Games and the elite athletes. The inclusion of masters athletes and adaptive athletes, for example, in the CrossFit Games, is not a business decision financially. It's a business decision from the sense that they want to check the boxes. Okay, every business wants to pretend like they're politically correct. They want to play the game. And so they're doing what they can to minimize their loss, because they are taking a loss on the adaptive games and the masters games. They do not generate the revenue through sponsors, through viewership, through attendance that the elite RX athletes do. That is just plain and simple facts. That is business. So if I guess that didn't make it clear, to get all the way back to the question that was asked me. So why do I think they're not backfilling the slots? Because they don't care. It's not a good business decision. Like, they don't have time to be dealing with that. It's going to take time to take the people that rescinded their offers. This costs money, right? They have to pay people to go back, look at the list, find the cut lines. They might have to watch more videos now to review more people to see if they can move into those cut lines. I mean, it's just not as simple as you think. And then you start adding it up, right? 35 to 39, 40 to 44, 50 to 55, you on and on and on, men, women, and now roll this over to adaptive and other categories. It's time, it takes money, and it doesn't really generate a return on that investment. So that's my personal opinion. I'm not saying it's right. I'm not saying I agree with it. The person who asked me the question, it's a great question. I'm going to go out on a limb and think that maybe this person would have got one of those backfill slots. And that's kind of what I talked about in my other video that I posted yesterday about the standards, right? Between the elite athletes clearly have different standards at the games than we do in our boxes. And then there's this gray area in the middle where the cut line lies, where there's this group of people that are really caring about the standards because it's really affecting them, right? It's not affecting the people at the bottom. It's not really affecting the people at the top. It's affecting this area in the middle. And that's what's happening with any of these backfill slots. If you were really loving to get in that top 30 and you just missed it, and then you know people didn't take it and those slots are empty and you're like, where's my invite? I totally get that. Please don't hate on me. I'm not saying that I don't wish you got that invite and that you were in that. What I'm trying to do is just answer the question. I believe that inclusion is an illusion, okay? Or you just can't expect to be included equally, okay? Because we, as masters, to be specific, do not equally generate attendance, revenue, sponsorships, and so you cannot expect to be treated the same. More time, more energy, the backfilling process, the video review process, how many people they take to the games, and then judges and logistics and venues and equipment. It's like, that's why they only take such a small group of athletes to the games, because they're trying to provide an opportunity. They're trying to show to the public that they're inclusive. Okay, they want to check that box because they've taken a lot of shit for that, but they want to minimize how much money it's going to cost them, because once again, do not be under this illusion. Okay, once again, the illusion is inclusion. The illusion is not that we as masters athletes are making CrossFit money. We are not. I don't have their books, but I'll bet a lot of my own money that we are costing them money. So I applaud them for at least providing the opportunity that they are providing. Like a lot of things in CrossFit, I think they could be doing things better. And perhaps if they marketed better, perhaps if they did a lot of things better that I'm not in control of, they could flip that around. Okay, so don't get me wrong. I'm not saying that you can't make money off the Masters CrossFit Games. I'm not saying that it can't become more popular than it is. I'm saying under the current model, that's what I believe the answer to the question is. So Once again, don't hate the messenger. That's what I think. If you're on that cut line and you worked your ass off and then you didn't get one of those backfill slots and you're like, well, what the F? Like if I was an RX athlete, so, by RX, I mean an open age athlete, like I'd get a backfill slot then. Like why are I not getting the same attention, and why am I not being treated the same? Hopefully I answered that, because monetarily, business-wise, we are not the same. So anyways, whether you agree or disagree, give me a thumbs up, give me a thumbs down, give me your opinion. Tell me that I have some good points. Tell me that my points aren't good. Tell me why. Friendly, healthy debate is what I love. No need to get nasty. These are just my opinions sprinkled in with some facts. Do me a favor. Please like, comment, subscribe. It really helps out. Thanks everybody. Masters CrossFit athletes, if you didn't make the cut, keep your head up. Keep on going.